hadn't maybe put enough thought into was what was going to happen next in the weeks, actually months it ended up being, after the rescue yacht left with Andrew. I suppose what I hadn't appreciated was just how incredibly lonely I was going to get, which sounds ridiculous because, of course, I was carrying on alone. But I think one of the reasons I found that so hard is because I've got an identical twin sister. So I'd never really spent a day alone in my life before. But there's something absolutely blissful about what ended up being 3.5 months alone. No boat following me, just so much time to think and listen. You know, can you imagine a world where there's no phone to answer, there's no emails to send, there's no colleagues, there's no customers? It's brilliant. You should try it. It's really liberating. And it's so simple. It's such a simple way of life, and I miss that now. I'll give you a quick tour of the boat. It won't take long. So this is really all I had to live with. That I had 2 solar panels, which you can see down either side of me. And then they were really important because they sucked up seawater through the bottom of the boat. They ran a battery that ran my water maker that sucked up seawater through the bottom of the boat, converted it to fresh water. And then I used that purified seawater to rehydrate my freeze-dried food. I had a little cabin. You can see that hatch behind me that's open goes through to this coffin-shaped pod I mentioned. And then I had a compass and a GPS. You can see one on each shoulder. And that's kind of it, really. That's all there was. I didn't even have a toilet. I had this brilliant bucket and chuck it system. And I even miss that now. There was a great view. And although I learned quite early on, you really shouldn't do the chuck it phase into a strong headwind. And the worst thing about that day was there's nowhere to wash. Hey, you wouldn't waste this water you've purified by washing in it. And I'd seen some sharks quite early on in the journey, so there was no way I was ever going to get off the boat and have a wash in the sea. I had no idea, actually. You know, I think what was so lovely was the liberation of not having to do all the stuff that I feel I have to do as a Western woman. I didn't put on any makeup, I didn't look in the mirror, I didn't brush my hair for 3.5 months. Oh, it was brilliant.